Today is June 5th, 2023. Yesterday in Magic Arena Constructed, June 4th, 2023, I made Mythic, rank 129. And in this video, I'm going to show you one of my better decks. Has a decent win rate, the 4-color Fires of Invention, and used in the climb. So hopefully it will serve you well. We see about 24 hours later, I've fallen to rank 252. But I'm gonna just walk through one of my favorite decks here in Explorer format, the 4-color Fires of Invention. So this is the Explorer format, and it's based around the card Fires of Invention, which is an enchantment, a red 3 enchantment that you can cast spells only on your turn, and you can cast no more than 2 spells each turn. But you can cast spells with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control without paying their mana costs. So this is an extremely point-efficient, resource-efficient card. It allows you to pull out some pretty amazing cards into the field. So as soon as you get 4 mana out, you can pull out Wandering Emperor, Omnath, and and when you get 5 out, Kenrith, the Return King, Cavalier of Flame. And of course, the mixture of lands allows you to get out Leyline of Binding relatively efficiently. And furthermore, once you get out Karuga also as a companion, you're able to draw a lot of cards to fill your hand. And we have here some early game things to help early game survivability, touch of the Spirit Realm, which when it enters, it can exile a target artifact or creature. Getting the trials here can help to prevent all damage from a target permanent, temporary lockdown to remove value 2 or less things. Bonecrusher Giant, really point efficient creature to deal 2 damage and then come out as a 4/3. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is an amazing enchantment that creates a 2/2 creature, allows you to discard 2 cards to redraw 2 cards, and comes back as a 2/2 that can copy other creatures. Anger of the Gods, that's a board sweeper. Wandering Emperor can create a 2/2 and continue to put a +1/+1 on other creatures and exile a target tap creature. And then, of course, Supreme Verdict is a board wiper. Omnath is a 4-color creature that lets you gain life to help in survivability, and allows you to deal damage and gain mana. And Kenrith is a Swiss Army knife creature that can do all sorts of stuff. And Cavalier of Flame is a 5-cost creature that can give all your other creatures haste. Together with Kenrith, who can both also give creatures haste, you have the ability to perform 1-turn kills. It's possible. So that's one of the strengths of the deck, is that when the cards come out and you got Cavalier and Kenrith and on the board, you're able to come over with enough force that they have to deal with it, or they're going to lose. And again, Leyline of Binding is a fantastic flash card that's able to remove threats as well. Okay, so we're going to give this a whirl and and see how it goes. All right, we're going into the match now, and let's see. Okay, this is decent. So we've got 2 Triumphs, which is great, with 4 different mana values among them, or mana types, basic land types among them, so that powers the Leyline. I can't quite get out the Fires yet, but it's a decent land start, and I have Fires in hand with a couple things to help me survive the early game. And they're going first also, which helps a lot. Let's see what he's playing. Selesnya. Oh, angels. Okay. Life gain angels. The righteous Valkyrie. We have to be careful of. I think I can afford to have the center tapped. Going to take 2 life on Fires of Invention coming in to the game next turn. I could probably bone crush this. I think I'm going to do that. Now we won't be able to play Leyline next turn, and there's the Righteous Valkyrie, which would be not a bad thing to actually capture, which I'm going to do with the Spirit Realm here. And he scoops on that. We would have had a fairly lethal game with the Cavalier of Flame coming in at the next in the next play. Okay, here we go. Okay, we are entering our match. It is June 5th, 2023. We're playing in the Explorer format. 4 colors, Fires of Invention. This is an okay hand. Not mana screwed, at least. No fires in hand, but some early plays with Bone Crusher to try to buy some time here. Could potentially get Bone Crusher out next turn, depending on what he does. So we're just going to play our Bone Crusher next turn. He probably has a lot of removal. Hang on, Orzhov deck. There's our baby. Play Bone Crusher, fires next turn. Vanishing onto Bone Crusher with Alceids. Every creature removal deck. Could vanishing the fires though, which would be bad. And he scoops. All right, well, that chucks up 1 victory. Okay, entering our match here, playing in the Explorer format. 4 colors, Fire of Invention. This deck is a climbing deck for me. It's a win ratio of 57%, so I hope it serves you well. This is a good hand. We're not mana screwed. We have some early ramp as well as removal, and we have a fires in hand. Playing Rogrun. Let's see what he's playing. What are we up against? I have turn 3 Fabled, which is a decent play. Thoughtseize. Ooh, okay. There goes my fires, but that's okay. Fable. Fable is a strong turn 3 play. Emir control. Just contemplating whether to counterspell that. I'm going to pull over Kruga. Plays an impulse. Look at the top 4 cards of his library. Put 1 into his hand, the rest on the bottom. Probably looking for a counterspell there. 6 cards to my 5. Anger doesn't help, neither does Supreme. 1 land off. The swamp prevents me from playing Omnath. Locus of Creation. He's so good. Bone Crusher I can play though. But we're gonna hold off for a second. Drago, Drago, Drago. Got a Bone Crusher here. And play it out next turn, trying out some of his control cards. It's got a lot of land. Thoughtseize is here, we Bone Crusher. In response, I'm sure he has a lot of creature removal in his hand as well. Probably take out Krug, I guess. He's hoping for the She'll Dread the Apocalypse at some point, I'm sure. So Touch and Spirit are also possibilities he might take out. Right, I could play Gideon, but I think Bone Crusher, just to draw out some of his control, is good. And removal. I can play Gideon next turn, and he's a strong planeswalker. And he passes, okay. So here, I'm just gonna attack. Let's see if I can get some tempo. I think I'm just gonna play Gideon here, actually. I'm not super pressed to play Fabled, and Fabled with double Omnath is good, so, or double drop with Omnath is good. This gets countered, I think. We'll see what we pull next turn. Pay 2, okay, so I'm gonna do that. And we're just missing, say, a red. Or a blue, or any color really with... can I cast Kruga? Maybe I want a green here. Yeah. Auto pay. He comes out. Prevent damage from doesn't matter what. Just to get +1 loyalty. Well, that was a card tempo. Maybe you didn't see I had a Fabled out. Although pushing the Fable is also good for him too. But let's see what he's got. 3 cards left in hand. Okay, so doesn't matter if I play Omnath now. I'm just going to attack with Gideon here. He's indestructible, but he has possibly exile type effects. Putting him at 2, he's in range of Bone Crusher Death. I could play Kruga just to draw 2. That's not horrible, actually. Omnath draws 1, though. I think I'll do that. I don't need to do that as untapped. I'll just gain 4 life here. Threatening Mate. Mate in 1. What are you going to do? Any scoops? So there you have it, folks. Fires of Invention without fires. But just lots of strong, even if you don't get fires out, a lot of strong creatures that you have to deal with. And you see, even against a difficult Demer control deck, this deck does well. Lots of things countered. And you see that Gideon applies pressure, as does the efficiency of Omnath and Bone Crusher to draw and deal damage. And we have also still removal left, and the haste with Kenrith off of his red effect allows us to deal in instant kill blows as well. So I hope you enjoyed this deck and hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a whirl, and good luck out there.